Hello everybody, my name is Gothic Lord UK. Welcome to the demo for Moonsigil Atlas. This game is part of the Tiny Teams Festival. I played a run with it while my microphone wasn't working, so I've got a little bit of an idea what's going on, but I'm going to take you through it because I had a great time. I played last time with Feldrin, the Lost Chronicler, with Starfall and Dissipate, but why not try something new? We have Aladara, the Shard Keeper. Stripped of her power, she now relies on artifacts to cast magic deemed profane by the Lumat Tree. Fragile Sigils, Rune Forging, Shatter and Channel, and we will begin our run. So, let me explain what is going on here once we get into our main screen. I will keep bringing you back until the Titans are no more. Boon of Knowledge, open card packs. Boon of Potential, gain 1 Astral Gem. Twisted Boon of Avarice. Choose one of 3 rare cards to add to your deck. The moon loses 17 health. So, very seeing the whale in Slay the Spire and kind of inspiration here. Give me an Astral Gem. I'm not even sure what an Astral Gem is, but I'll take it. And we have our map. We start with the combat, but this is where the similarities to Slay the Spire really stop. So, this is our moon. And in order to play cards, we need to fit the geometry of the patterns of our cards onto the moon. And we can continue doing so until our hand is empty or until we can't fit anything else on the moon. So we've got Rune Ward. Apply Force Shield to this rune's region on play. So you'll see this Celestial Scorpion has a lit area of the right-hand side diamond. And this Celestial Scorpion has the left-hand side diamond. And on the ward card, there is one area that is white. So if I were to play this card, here, you can see that the white ward section is in the left-hand side Celestial Scorpion's area. So we would be defending against that Scorpion. Except that Scorpion is not attacking. We can see their intents. So let's put this here. We now have +4 defense against this 5 attack. Channel. Rune. Apply Force Shield to this rune's region. Play. Move a card from your exhaust to your hand. Well, I don't think we've exhausted anything yet. Let's take another ward and join that there. So now we're fully blocking this attack. If this Scorpion was doing 5 attack twice for 5 and 5, 8 would fully block both of the attacks, which is very nice. Now, we're going to need to get some attacks in. We can play this bolt up here, and because there's 2 enemies, we simply get to decide who we're going to attack. Let's attack the one with less health. And play, exhaust this card. Play, move a card from your exhaust pile to your hand. Apply Force Shield to this area. We don't want to do that then because we don't have anything exhausted, so we'll just end our turn. They get some strength. They are no longer attacking. They're now attacking for 7, which is unideal. Can we do 14 damage? Well, there's 4, 8, 4, that's 12. Shatter. Spread this sigil. Play exhaust. On spread, deal 7 damage to all enemies. Okay, as long as we play the other bolts first, we'll be alright. Can we play this much geometry? Let's start here, and we're attacking on this side. Now, we need to make sure we can play Shatter. This does 7 damage to all enemies, so it's going to kill this guy. So if we play this bolt, let's go to here. We can attack on this side, and then Shatter spreads, but hits them both. Lovely. And then they disappear. Now, we just need to find 9 attack. There's 4, there's 4, and there's 4. So as long as we are reasonably careful about our positioning, we can get that done. We choose a new card. Choose a card to permanently add to your deck. Fracture. Rune, deal 4 damage to enemies in this region, but we have 3 areas that can have region within that spell, or that card. Unmake. Spread this sigil. On spread, deals 0 damage, increased by 2 for each tile in the sigil's shape. Interesting. So that's going to do a lot of damage if you play it earlier, but it's going to take up a lot more room. I guess it's going to do, if you look at the triangles, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 damage, but take up a full kind of large diamond's worth. Convergence. Play. Activate the rune effects spread, on spread, and board filled effects of a sigil in play. I don't know that we have any board filled effects. Shatter, channel, wards, and bolts. Let's take fracture for some AoE. And now we can move through the stars. So there's a sigil of forging, a card pack, or a sigil of forging. Then combat, remove card, combat, card upgrade, sigil of forging. Let's go sigil of forging, shield rune. Rays of light illuminate the sky, echoes of a power long past. Harvest the light, add a shield rune to one of our cards. So we can pick any card, and then that card gets an additional shield rune. We could put it on a bolt so we can attack and defend at the same time. Or we could put it on a ward so that we can defend twice as well. Or we could put it on the end of a ward so that we can try and be in two different defensive zones at the same time if we need to. Let's put it on a bolt. And we'll stick it on the end of a bolt, I think. Fragile. This sigil is removed from your board when your board becomes completely full. Yeah, that's what we expect for all of our cards. That's fine. Confirm. So we now have an upgraded bolt. And then another combat. A Rune Guard Fledgling. This enemy is planning to create a hostile sigil on your board. Okay, they're going to put stuff on our moon. They're also attacking for 3. We should be aware of that. So this is our bolt with a defensive rune on it for 3. Attack, we can defend. Let's go here. So we are fully blocking this attack of 3. Then we just want to get our other bolts out. We don't need to play either of the wards, so we will end there. Right, what are these guys doing? Burden. This card has no effect, persist 1 turn. So that's just stuff that's in the way of us, which is annoying, but shouldn't be the end of the world. Right, I think really we just want to defend against this 7. So we can squeeze that in there, and then a second one is going to fit here. That gets 8 over 7, that's fine. Spread, exhaust, on spread deals 7 damage to all enemies. And end. Okay, so that is a card that exhausts, so we can play that again. These are still here, they've persisted for their 1 turn, and then after this turn, they should go away, I think. They've got 13 health. 4 and 4 and 4 for 12. We're not going to get past that, but we can defend for 4 and then start attacking. I should have played this higher so I could play Fracture, but not the end of my world. They've only got 5 HP left. Got to think ahead a few moves here, clearly. Right, so bolt there, not worried about the shield because the Rune Guard Fledgling is down. Thought Rupture. On play, draw 3 cards. Play, exhaust this card. I do like that. If we can get some small stuff, we can play a lot of cards. Unmake, we've seen. Shatterstorm, Eternal. Play, exhaust this card. Turn start, draw 2 cards. Adjacent sigils temporarily gain Fragile. Interesting. So most of our stuff is fragile anyway. Oh, excuse me, I've misunderstood. This sigil is removed from your board when your board becomes completely filled. Okay, that changes my plans immensely. So we're going to take this, and we're going to try and fill the board. Remove a tile from one of your cards. Upgrade, permanently give bolster to one of your cards. Shield runes on this card reduce enemy attacks by additional X damage. Let's make something smaller then. What card do I want to make smaller? Great question. Obviously not fracture. That's all doing good work. An attack or a defense. Let's take this and remove that edge so it becomes 3 long. That then fills up its other tiny golden rune pip at the top to say we've upgraded this card twice. Confirm. I also haven't figured out what this is. Astral Gem, an orb pulsating with the power of creation used to forge powerful upgrades. Maybe we'll get a chance to use that later. For now, this combat. Overlapping sigils. Hatred. Hostile ghost. Apply 1 stack of strength to all enemies. That's really horrible. So, ghost sigils can be played on top of, but this one clearly has a terrible effect. So, let's get a ward out here. That puts them up to 4. They're going to create a hostile sigil. I don't know if we should be trying to go fast here or whether we should try and wait this out. Because he's only going to get stronger and stronger. And that strength is going to persist. Last the entire encounter. So, we'll do that. See what changes. See how big the thing they play is. Okay. Now the enemy is planning to buff itself. Okay. This is going to get worse before it gets better. I think. So they're just going to get more and more and more strength. Do 4 damage to enemies in this region. Exhaust. I mean, there's only 1 enemy, so that doesn't really matter too much. Spread, exhaust, deal 7 damage to all enemies. Ah, that's an attack for each one in the region. That's good knowledge. I just assumed if I'd split it across 2, they'd both take 4. Spread, deal 7 damage to all enemies. So we don't quite fill the region to smash these to let us play another card, but we're learning. Right, they're attacking for 10. But we can play cards freely this turn without worrying about the increase in damage values. Have I exhausted a card yet? We have 12 cards in our deck. We're holding 5. Is this... this is our exhaust pile. Fracture and Shatter. Okay. Give me... defense. Bring back Fracture. I didn't think this through. Now I can't fit both of these guys on the board. I can only fit this one. Or... oh, that's not even in your area. Yeah, I should have played the defenses first and then moved them over. Well, we have 8 defense, so it's not so bad. So we take 2 damage, but they have 10 HP. Can we get through 10? Exhaust, draw 2 cards... deal 4 damage, deal 4 damage. That's turn start, draw 2 cards. Temporary adjacent symbols gain fragile. Okay, we can't win this turn. So we're going to up our defenses as much as we can. Get both of these bolts out. We're going to take another 5 damage, and then they will get killed the next turn, almost certainly, depending on our card draws, of course. Okay, we took a little damage, but we're okay. Glass Conduit. Board field deals 7 × 2 damage to the enemy with the most remaining health. Handful of shards. Play, add 3 copies of shard to your hand. Play, spread this sigil. Play, exhaust this card. On spread, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Skillful retreat. Play, remove all sigils with a rune from the board. Infuse this card with focus 1 for each removed sigil. Play, transform this card into patient offense. I think I'm going to take the handful of shards so that we can try and get the shatter to work out in more places. Permanently give bolster to one of your cards. Remove a sigil. Elite combat. Card pack. Forging shield rune. Combat. Card pack. Sigil removal. Healing. Do I want to try an elite combat? Not right now. Sigil forging remove. Sigil forging bolster. Let me do remove. So, can't choose this because it's had 2 done already. I think I might take one of the ones off of handful of shards here so that it doesn't have to have a single pip put in the center of it. Twisted Archivist. 7 attack. Right, let's play that. It exhausts. Let's play that. We get this back. Right. Can we finish the jigsaw here? This needs to be on this side. Oh, that's not in their region. That's a shame. Oh, I forgot. If you... Is it... There's a button you can press where... Oh, if you right-click, it makes a blueprint so you can hypothesize about where you're going to fit all your stuff, which is very exciting. It's a very good quality of life feature. Yeah, so this fracture's no good to me, and if I play it, I exhaust it. So, let's... add 3 shards. Play, spread the sigil. Play, exhaust this card. On spread, deal 3 damage. So that spreads. That spreads. That spreads. Nothing is fragile. Never mind then. Still, we did decent damage and we defended ourselves, so... It's the bolts that are fragile. Right, they're attacking for 11, which is a lot. Spread, exhaust this card. On spread, deal 7 damage to all enemies. Right, we fully defend. We're going to need some more card draw if we're going to make this shattering work. What are you? Null Magic Field. Overlapping sigils, discard a card. Eternal Ghost hostile. That's horrible. 20 attack left. Attacking for 10. Let's get you up there. This is a persistent card, so it's going to stay on the board. I don't think I can give this fragile. Be interesting if I could. Cards remaining. You still have damaging cards you can play this turn. So I can play this card if I play it on top of their null field. So if I do that... yeah. So these three are still not full, of course. Oh, but those disappeared. That's fun. We're at 12 HP. That's 12. New card, Twin Shield. Add 2 copies of Barrier to your hand, temporarily gain Bolster 2. Barrier, add Shield 4, Exhaust, Crystallize, play Spread on the Sigil. On Spread, infuse a card in your hand with Fragile, handful of Shards. Let's grab Twin Shield, it's fragile, and we get more stuff to fill the gaps with. Card removal. Permanently remove a card from your deck. Ah, so I can use the crystals to modify these. Interesting. Let's get rid of a big old regular ward. And we could get rid of a regular bolt while we're at it. This has as much shield as this does. So maybe we get rid of 2 of the wards. Interesting. Yeah, I think this game is great if you hadn't already figured that bit out yet. Mouldering Hex. Overlapping sigils temporarily gain Decay 5. Decay 5. All damage dealt by this card is reduced by X. Gross. Bolt. Deal 4 damage. Shatter. Spread. Exhaust. Deal 7 to all enemies. We've had lots of single enemy encounters today, so it's not been the most helpful. Can we get this to overlap multiple of their stuff? We kind of can, but not without leaving some horrible gaps. Alright, let's do that. We get 2 barriers, and then because this wasn't an attack card, the decay doesn't impact those, which is good. They're not attacking us this turn. They're going to place hostile sigils. I can't play this anywhere that doesn't end up on one of the Mouldering Hexes, which is no fun. If I don't play the barriers, they're just going to get discarded and come back around, and I'm kind of okay with that. So they get 3 strength and 2 very large Withering Hexes this time, Decay 2. But kind of out of the way. Like, or bigger, but less impact on our stats. Apply Force Shield, move a card from your exhaust pile, we got none. Is it time to play Shatterstorm somewhere? We kind of want it in the middle, because we want it to be adjacent to lots of things. So that's going to stay on the board. It has Decay 2, that's fine. They're not attacking this turn. We get that back. I don't know that I want 2 of those on the board at once, honestly. but experiments in filling the board out. So they shatter, which would give us more room to play more things if we had cards that fit and we had more draw. So that's the goal. 16 attack is very big. These are decay. This gave us draw 2 on new turn start, so we have a lot more cards to play with now, which is nice. If we get multiple Shatterstorms out and we can play small stuff, we're going to end up with a very large hand. I don't know if we have a hand limit. Twin Shield, add copies of Bolster. We've got barriers. Do we go big here? If I put that here, it is also going to gain Fragile next to its mate. So we can't put, or we don't want to put 2 Shatterstorms next to one another because they'll make both of them fragile, which is interesting. Decay 5, attacking for 16 is just so much. Right, let's get a ward in here. Get 4 defense. Here's a barrier. Get 4 more defense. Add 2 copies of barrier to your hand. Doesn't leave great options for playing my other cards that I want to play, but I might need the defense right now. I need to get this tip taken off this card if I ever get the chance. Right, there's copies of barrier. So that's fully blocked. Can't play anything else. That's fine. As long as we're not taking damage in a turn. Are they getting more strength? They're not. That's all right. So just this Withering Hex, I think. They are not attacking, so we can try and fill out the board this round with relative ease. Right, that already has Shatter. So, do we have stuff that doesn't have Shatter? Sorry, Fragile. That does a lot. Then we get a bunch of shards. So with a shard here and a shard there, we can then break that stuff. Why didn't you become... Oh, is it because it's spread into this tile? It didn't temporarily gain Fragile. Unsure. In any case, I'm still going to keep attacking. 15 attack left is not too much. Right, a handful of shards. Shards deal 3. These decay 2. Well, that's most of what we need, honestly. They've got 3 left. There's 2. There's another 2. Imbue. Play, infuse all of your cards that have attack rune with focus 2. Play, infuse all of your cards that have shield rune with bolster 1. Foresee. Spread this sigil. On spread, draw 2 cards. Fracture. Give me something tiny that draws more cards. Now, we can remove a card or we can heal. We don't need the healing that much, so let's remove a card. What card are we going to get rid of? Great question. I guess one of our basic bolts. And then we have an Astral Titan to fight. Right. Moon Caller Titan. Mooncast. The enemy is planning to do something to the moon. Oh dear. Okay, well. Apply force shield. Move a card from your exhaust. No. Handful of shards. Bolt. Ward. They're not attacking, but we might as well just kind of fill out the board a bit. Alright, what are you doing to my moon, sir? Or ma'am? Oh, hello. You've made more moons. Moon of Ire, Moon of Wrath. Summoned moon. This summoned moon is controlled by the enemy. Kill it to claim it as your own. Ire. On board, the boss takes 25% less damage from direct attacks. Turn start, apply 1 stack of strength to the boss. Wrath. On board, the boss takes 25% less damage from direct attacks. Turn start, apply 3 stacks of strength to the boss. Okay, so we can attack them, and we probably want to get those off the board as fast as possible. And that's their area, and presumably this is their area. They're attacking for 16, so we want to defend over here, attack over here. Let's see what we can do with that. Deal 4 damage to enemies in this region, exhaust. Twin shield, our 2 copies of barrier. Ward. Right, let's get this started. Let's go with... It's all really the same as you rotate, isn't it? Go with there. I'll stick a ward over here because you're attacking. Add 2 copies of Twin Shield or Barrier. Oh, no, I can't fit my attack. I'm dumb. I also can't fit the barriers on the sides that are attacking, so this was a terrible turn. I should use the right-click make blueprints tool more. What is that? Right, he's got Swole. Moon Rend. Turn end, the moon takes 15 damage. I don't like that. I think I eliminate this if I put my stuff over it. Other sigils can be placed over this one, clearing any covered tiles, yeah. Okay, and then you're going to make a bunch of sigils, and you guys are just doing stuff passively. Right then. So, I want to fill the board as best I can. This is fragile. The barrier's not, but I don't need to play the barriers right now. Deal 7 damage to all enemies. Let's start there, shall we? This is fragile already. Spread this sigil, draw 2 cards. Except if I do that, I can't play the barrier in the gap. I can play the barrier first. Then this will spread. I draw 2 cards. Handful of shards is great. Bolt is going to have to go here. We get to choose who we attack, so let's keep taking out one of these guys. We get 3 shards. We can play one of the shards in the gap. That breaks those. Then I can play another shard. And another shard. That makes more of a gap. I just don't have anything that can now fill these gaps. You're attacking for 11. You're attacking for 15 twice. And the moon takes 4 damage on these. That's not very pleasant. How much defense do we have? 4. 4. Fracture. Handful of shards. Foresee. And bolt. We do not have much defense right now. Which is unideal. Alright, let's start here. Apply Force Shield to this rune's region on play. Give me back. Great question. I could take... A barrier seems not very great. But it also might be kind of what we need right now. I guess it's to 12. Plus 4. Why plus 4? Not sure right now. Let's get that in there. Give me a bunch of shards. Then I'm going to fracture. Let's do this up here. We can kill this guy. Moon's Heart. Eternal. Play. Exhaust this card. Turn start. Draw a card. And we now have this real estate that we can play more stuff in. That's great. Okay, let's do that. Attack here. Shard here. Does that fill this? Or do I need to fill this as well for it to qualify? That's a great question. Moon's Heart. Let's foresee up here. Did I miss... Oh, I missed that tile. Okay, well. 4... Okay, you got 7 left. You're attacking for 15 against 12, so I think we're taking 6. Yes. Moon of Wrath nearly down. This guy's getting real strong, though. Nothing on the board hampering us right now, though. And if we kill this, we'll get more real estate, I assume. So... let's just start with that. Fill that, get me more cards. We're kind of getting through the whole deck every turn, it seems, with the extra draw that we now have, which is interesting. Add 2 copies of Barrier to your hand. No one's attacking right now, but I'm kind of okay with this. Well, am I? We should kill this guy first. Right, fragile. This sigil is removed from your board when the board becomes completely filled. I don't know if that includes these moons or not. So, it's probably not the best time for experiments, but I'd love to know. Am I going to have enough? Oh, we got another Moon's Heart. That's great. We can stick that there. We got some barriers. We can put this bolt here. And then a handful of shards there. Right, does this fill the board? No. So we have to fill this as well, which we can probably do. Okay, that qualifies as the board. Barrier, shard, moon's heart, wards. We're not going to fill in all of this a second time. I probably want this on the board. I'm going to stick it... I don't want it to be fragile. I'd like to put it there, but... I mean, we're probably going to draw it back pretty quickly, right? Maybe I should put the moon heart up here with this one. And then if we foresee, that finishes that gap. Why are you here? This card has no effect hostile. Okay, that's just in the way. 25 damage. We have 31 health. And we are going to struggle to fill up a lot of this space for defensive play. Right, I want to fill up the right-hand side and then liberate this space for more defense. Is what I would like to do. That can go there, which gets us some more defense. Then a handful of shards is going to have to be played over here. We can fill up the gaps with the shards. Then we can ward there. Barrier here. His region doesn't fit this barrier anymore. But 20 against 25 is not bad. The fact that this isn't going away, this is eternal, is very unideal. 77 damage to get through. 2 copies of barrier will be great. Put that where we aren't overlapping any of our own defensive stuff. Do we have focus? Foresee, that's what I'm looking for. Right. Get that there. This is going here. We get a bunch of shards. 1 shard in that gap. 1 shard in that gap. Another shard here. Break a bunch of that. We got 10 against 18. Barrier. 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 Can we fill out this space? It's a great question. Well, I'd have to fill out all of this as well, which seems less likely with what we have. Alright, we're down to 56. We're fully defending against these 2 18s. They're going to add a hostile sigil. If they add another avarice, I've got problems. Right, let's get foresee down. Oh, I had nothing to draw because I hadn't played anything yet. Alright, unwise. I'm going to get that up because it has its defense and it will shatter. have handful of shards available. That's already going to shatter. Barrier here. Bolt there. Three shards. Shard the first. Shard the second. Shard the third. 35 health remaining. We just have wards and barriers that I don't need. Dull. Okay, don't play full set till you have 2 cards to draw. They've added another Avarice. We can tank this one attack, and then I really, really need to get this guy dead. Do I have my short bolt? No, is it the one card I have yet to draw? It is, okay. I think killing him is the only way forward here, because we're not going to defend against 25 very well, and then the next attack is going to be as much damage again. So 35 damage in 2 turns. Can we do that? There's our short bolt. Long bolt. Twin shield does fracture. Handful of shards. Really, I should be playing handful of shards before I play 4C, then I can play handful of shards twice. That would be wise. Right, what else can we play here? Bolt. Then we can get a lot of barriers in. Except the barriers won't be that effective because only some of them will be in his area of influence. Which is a damn shame. Alright, 10 HP remaining. We can probably take that out in the next turn. We're going to have to. Right, so. Handful of shards gets played. Then 4C. Handfuls of shards comes back. And now we can just hit him till the cows come home. No, thank you. We got him. You have slain the first of the Astral Titans. No small feat, but the remaining 2 are even more formidable. Slay the others, free me, and I'll return the universe to peace and righteousness at last. I assume that's where the demo is ending. You defeated the final boss in the demo and unlocked Eclipse levels. Eclipse levels let you customize your runs and add significantly greater challenge to the game. Try another run with different character, build, or Eclipse level. There's much more content to explore in the demo. I'm assuming that is Ascensions, but you know. Victory, the first of the Titans. Additional content unlocked. Grim Chorus, Potential, and Dreamworthy. Well, more stuff to explore next time. For now, if you want to check out the game for yourself... Oh, even more stuff. Okay. Yeah, if you want to check out this for yourself, the link is down in the description. I had a great time with it. It's one of those games that kind of takes what Slay the Spire was, but does it in such a way that doesn't just feel like a knockoff. And the geometry system, instead of having mana, is great. Like, the packing puzzle is good fun. I really like it. So hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.